Hello and welcome back to another gameplay video. Today I'm taking a look at Darius Gaiden on the Sega Saturn. So before we start, I'm going to turn it into stereo mode because I'm using the Bang & Olufsen MX4002, and that is the one advantage this did have over the Sony Trinitron. It's the fact that all the speakers work. So I really can't say enough good things about this game. It truly has sucked me in ever since I picked it up for the Saturn a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago now. Now, this has been one of those games that I've recorded the gameplay video of several times. There always seems to be some sort of mishap, so hopefully things will work out this time. I've got the Yeti microphone in bi-directional mode, because I think recently I've been missing out on some of the soundtracks to the game. My voice has been overpowering them, and I'm the sort of person who just likes to record these things in one go. I recently watched a Steve Benway video, in fact it was this morning, about Gran Turismo 5, and he'd recorded the commentary afterwards, and I think there's an interesting argument for both sorts of audio capture without a shadow of a doubt. But I did comment to him that unless you record gameplay videos in this manner, you will have no idea of how difficult it actually is to speak about a game while playing a game, or to speak about anything while playing a game, especially something that requires a little bit of concentration like a shooter or a driving game. I will do my best. This game can get very difficult, very bullet filled very soon. Always been a huge fan of the Darius series. The variety in enemy types is just staggering, and the bullet patterns. As far as I'm concerned, there is nothing quite like it. And there's very much an aquatic theme throughout. Now I do own Darius 2 and G Darius in their sort of, I suppose, well, I don't know, perhaps we could say original formats in terms of console conversions. Certainly Darius 2 on the Mega Drive and G Darius on the PlayStation 1. But I've also got them all on a PlayStation 2 compilation disc called Darius Gaiden, not called Darius Gaiden, called Taito Legends 2, which I'm sure most people are aware of, but if you've not and you've got a PlayStation 2, I've actually got the first, I keep saying the wrong name, I've actually got the first Taito Legends collection and the second one, and I fully recommend them, fantastic. Although they have got the one thing, my big bugbear about these sort of compilation discs, which is no biggie if you don't use the option that's given to you, but they always seem to have infinite continues, and I prefer to be a little bit more challenged, especially by shooters. I don't want them to be too easy. I remember fondly when I originally bought Last Resort on the Neo Geo AES the night before, I was playing it around my friend's house on the PS2 SNK compilation disc. And I was saying to him, I said, you know, I don't know if I want to pay, at the time it was £100 I paid for it, I said, I don't know if I want to pay £100 for this game because, you know, it's only got 5 levels, we've completed it, we sat here for an hour or so, we've completed it, you know, it's not really that mind blowing, but when I actually got the real deal on the real hardware, 240p, not that 480i junk, and I didn't have the unlimited continuous and I had to get good at the game, that's when I really started to enjoy it. And for me, that is a big part about games, the challenge. I think that's the problem with a lot of modern day stuff, is there is no challenge. It's very much hold your hand, tells you exactly what to do. I've recently been playing Gears of War 2 and it's just been so disappointing because it has the potential to be an amazing game, but it just constantly has to remind you about if you're in danger, or, you know, when all the enemies have been cleared off the screen, or what you've got to do next, or where you've got to go. It just, I don't know, it just sucks the fun and the exploration and the experimentation out of the whole thing, if you ask me. So this is the thing that really makes Darius a special game, this Outrun-esque choose which way you want to go through the levels. Now obviously we could have chose the volcanic fields or the oceanic skyline. They're not actually called that at all, that's just me, just making up names for the sake of making up names, but it gives the game a lot of replayability and longevity. Not as though you'll be completing this game easily, not unless you're some kind of shoot 'em up master, which unfortunately I am not. Now you'll notice as I pick up the power-ups on the left hand side there at the top of the screen, there's actually a power-up system, so you know, like many of these shooters, you can greatly increase your firepower. Unfortunately, when you die, you'll lose the vast majority of it, or pretty much all of it, so that can be annoying, but that's just the territory that comes with shooters. So it's very important in the Darius games to try and keep your shield. Now this enemy is a real nuisance. Hopefully I've got the firepower to deal with him and get him off the screen as soon as possible, because these green bullets, I don't know why, damn difficult to avoid. So the soundtrack in this game, unlike anything I've ever played, is such a mix-up of genres. Truly defies belief. You may well have just heard the operatic ladies singing along in the background there. And I've heard people describe this as being a negative point about the soundtrack of this game, but I think it's fantastic. It's one of the few games that I would actually buy the soundtrack CD for, so... Hopefully it's capturing the soundtrack reasonably well, because that is the reason why I've put the microphone in the bi-directional mode. Try and get rid of this starfish because that can be annoying. And those seem to spread a lot of bullets out in quick succession. So I'm pretty desperate for the shield. Unfortunately I've changed. There's the shield. It's too late for the bombs. Oh my. That was more luck than judgment, and here's another boss. So I'm a little bit confused by this power-up system. Darius, always renowned for huge end-of-level guardians, never failing to impress with the variety. And I just love this music now. And you'll have to excuse, once again, the clickiness of my virtual stick. It's just the way it goes. I just can't bear to play a shooter with the joypad now I've got this beauty in my possession. If anyone's wondering if it's worthwhile investing in, I would definitely recommend it. It's probably one of my favourite pads. Oh, now we're at a no shield situation. No bombs either. Just need to be silent in order to get through this. Come on, we've come so far. Really psychedelic backgrounds, and as I've already mentioned, the variety in bullet patterns. Just nice to see in a shooter. Oh, going up top of the screen wasn't the best idea. And certainly the free shooters that I bought for the Saturn, I mean, they seem to be like they're coming quite expensive. You're probably looking on average. Oh no. You're probably not looking average about £20 each. Some are more, but like I say, it's just an average. And I got Gunbird 2, Darius Gaiden, which is the game I'm still watching now, and the Gradius collection. Oh, taken down. Right now, I think I had some bombs when I died last time. I should have just used them to dispose of this guy. There we go, there's a whole fireworks display going off now. It really is impressive. I've got to nail this guy because otherwise he's going to kill us. So there we go. So luckily we've got to a third level. Got a choice of 2 there, both in space. So Zone F, be on your guard. So again, desperate for the shield. And the operatic ladies, not holding back here at all. Oh, it's all over. Well, I could continue, but I think that'll do as a quick viewing. I would certainly recommend this game if you've got a Sega Saturn, or like I previously mentioned, try it out on the Tato Legends compilation discs on the PlayStation 2. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll load some more videos soon.